This is what the world's been waiting for. Uh-oh. Everybody get in here. Let's go. That's right. Get in here. We ain't gonna kick it off yet. That's right. Joe Budden responds to Eminem. Here we go. Get ready. All of y'all, get ready. Joe Budden responding to Slim and him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am Carcino, and I hope you all are ready. This is the moment of truth. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Joe Budden has decided to stand up like a man and throw down. We saw what happened last time. Was the biggest and most viral video in that podcast show's history. Everybody was waiting for it. They knew it was coming. They said this is the moment. The stage is set. Maul is ready. Rory's ready. They just finna set the stage and let Joe go to work. This is it. Joe's got his towels ready that he stole out of the doggone export gym. He got them all ready for his head. He finna sweat through all of them within the first 25 minutes of the podcast. Oh, he's ready to go. So anyway, in case you was under a rock for a day and had a life, Eminem decided somewhere mysteriously there was a leak. And all of a sudden comes this mysterious verse where he takes shots at Joe Budden, Revolt, and he once again digs at Diddy, but says, I'm cool with Diddy, but F Revolt. Which I felt was pretty strong. Truthfully, I think Puffy has more of a gripe. Or at least more ground for more gripe. I will say that. Now, let's move forward with this. Because it's quite interesting. Joe Budden took a whole different approach. He wasn't Podcast Joe today. He was easy listening Joe. Remember I told you there's three Joes? There's Rapper Joe. There's Podcast Joe. And there's State of the Union Joe. I saw State of the Union Joe today. I'm sorry. Not Rapper Joe. It's Love and Hip Hop Joe. Rapper Joe don't exist no more. He's more Podcast Joe now. So it's Love and Hip Hop Joe, Podcast Joe, and definitely State of the Union Joe. Now, with all these Joes, you had State of the Union Joe show up in place of Podcast Joe. He comes out and says, I thought Paul leaked this, record. I thought Paul leaked the record, and he thought, he was going to come out there, do his usual Joe Budden, blah, blah, blah. But he felt like it's an old verse. Oh, but the verse was good. But it was an old verse. And, we can't be mad at old verses, and, Puffy's the one, is not really taking it too well. You can't diss his company and say, we cool, Puff. It don't work that way. So Puffy's, a little bit out of shape. So if anybody think Puffy is laying down, taking it lightly, oh, he isn't. He's not very happy right now, especially with Eminem attacking Revolt. Now, my thing is, people should have picked up on this. Me, maybe because I'm in business, I see it a lot. It's perceptions. I saw this a long time ago. After the rant that went down with Joe Budden, that Eminem rant was so powerful. He kind of never had that same energy again. A call was made somewhere. Dialogue was transferred. Back and forth. And by Royce being Eminem's, right hand man, so by him being like the right hand man, or monkey shines, whatever one you want to come first, you got a situation where he holds the keys. Like, I can bring you next to Eminem. Talk to me. I'm that guy. Come work with me. So anyway, he's got the ear. And he likes Joe. Joe kisses his butt a lot. So now it's more on the tip of Joe's already established himself doing the podcast. What more do Joe want? What is M trying to get out of this? Oh, I know what M's trying to do. M's got the 10th anniversary of the recovery out. So now we got to deal with that nonsense and all the politics that comes along with that. So yeah, now we're looking at the anniversary of the recovery album. Wow. Isn't that something we all can get excited about? Because we sure enough didn't get a hell of enough of it the first time around, right? When he decided to not dye his hair blonde. I'm not afraid to walk around with my black hair. Cause I'm not a blonde. Let me know if you've been down the same road. I'm like, no, I haven't been down that damn road. Hair's been black, dude. Never been afraid to wear my black hair. But you were. So, I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. But I could tell you from reading that energy of that conversation, you could tell right away Joe Budden had already been working something out to try to come back in the graces of Eminem. When he dropped that Music to Be Murdered By, you could tell when you go look at the interview he did when that album was dropped, people was like, okay, let's see what we're going to get. Joe, he treaded lightly around that album. He don't show no tread shoes on nobody, but he showed tread shoes on that album. Chose his words very carefully when giving that review on the album. So we're gonna see what actually transpires here. You see? Because I pay attention to the signs. So when he said it today, He was sounding just like he sounded, and saying how great the album was when it came out, that Music to Be Murdered By, and all. Everybody's like, what? The last album was 10 times what this album is. The Kamikaze album, I'd rather listen to that than this. Wow, really? So it was quite surprising to hear. But then again, this is a guy who's been disconnected from the general public. So all he knows is going to come from the youth. And he can do television, and he could just warp that around some shows or some songs. But to see him do an entire set, I would see this guy brain probably explode from trying to think of what to do. And that's the problem. And hip hop, people are so used to copying off each other that the original ones is like they can just shut down and open up shop whenever they feel like it. But everybody else, they just grow tired because they're tired of doing the same thing and they don't have anything creative in their bag. And it's like, well, what else can I do? You have to make yourself known. You have to make yourself want to be seen in these situations. You look at Joe Budden. Joe Budden made himself a millionaire doing something entirely different than what he was paid to do. They were paying him, coming to him as an A-lister when they had him doing Pump It Up. They believed in him. That kind of budget money was never given to any other artist. They start screwing rappers over with their budgets, and you spending a lot of millions of dollars on budgets for videos. They expect different looks. They expect a safe look, beautiful women everywhere, and they kind of say, we really couldn't get we should have had a more experienced director, and once you start saying that, then you got problems. Joe, his thing is he went straight political and gave every corny answer in the world to Music to Drive By and trying to kiss up to this disc. Oh, that disc was dope. Yeah, it was dope. Don't get me wrong, but no, I'm not finna do that. Like, you're not finna get me. So, all I know is it is what it isn't. Okay? Joe Budden is already making a move. And if I'm Maury, if I'm Rory, I'm paying attention because pay attention to the signs. Because they're gonna storm that place one day and they're gonna take over. And he might be out on good behavior or something. So anyway, I'm tired of talking about this. Um, Definitely in general. I was thinking about other stories in the middle of this. Definitely support my page. You can hit my Cash App up, which is Carcino. You could definitely, oh, something's going down over there. But you can definitely click the videos you see here. All the 4 videos in the corner, click those and subscribe, hit that notification bell. And that's that. Now, let me go ahead and deal with this crazy call I got in the middle of this video that keeps throwing me off. I hate getting bad news when I'm in the middle of doing something. But let me know if you saw what I saw with Joe Budden. Talking about we taking baby steps to getting back to where we were. No, you've been talking through Royce. So it is what it is. Casino for life. One.